Good morning, everyone. It's been a minute, but today I'm going to recap the past 8 weeks, 2 months, craziness of our lives. If you're new here and don't know, Conrad and I actually own a brand called Painkiller. We started off in apparel back in 2018 and it slowly blossomed into an experiential brand, mostly in the fitness space. So today you're gonna get to see what we've been doing for the past 2 months and showcasing how we pretty much held 6 events in 8 weeks and all the madness in between. My outfit's so cute. Conrad and I run events. We started off in apparel. That was our background. And I grew into building experiential events, mostly in the fitness space. We decided to leave our past businesses and go all in back in 2018, completely self-funded. And now we have closed partnerships in the 6-figure range and run events around the country. It's literally been an incredible journey. The past 2 months have flown by so fast, but it also feels incredibly long, and it feels like we also lived a million lives. While we were gone, we were pretty much in every place for about a week and a half, sometimes even less, but we were in Mammoth multiple times, Los Angeles a couple times, Tampa, Miami, Las Vegas, and Knoxville. And now we are finally back here in Mexico City. Sharing and documenting our lives has felt a little overwhelming, especially during this crazy work sprint. Sometimes I feel like none of this is interesting, but then I realize what we do is actually pretty cool, and I love to share the experiences we have learned, and also hope that this helps if you're in a similar space or just looking to gain some knowledge. Take what we learned and, I don't know, don't make the same mistakes we did. I know it's been a minute since I've last posted, so thank you for being patient, but hopefully you find some useful tips inside this video. So with that, let's get right to it. 8 weeks, 6 events. How did we do it all? Sometimes I wonder that myself. There's logistics, coordination on finding a location, insurance, thinking about different things such as, will the location allow staking specifically for this because we had A-frames? Are the restrooms close? Is there parking surrounding the area? Do we need electricity? Setup needs, media needs, sponsors, what we want the experience to be from start to finish. The list can go on and on depending on what you're trying to do. But once you do this a certain amount of times, it's actually not that complicated, and it kind of becomes second nature on what to look for, which was extremely helpful for this work sprint. What was the hardest location to scout? Well, I would have to say Nashville. The location specifically for the Crucible had 2 standards. It had to at least be the size of a soccer field, so it can be in any open space of some kind, or a sports field. The only issue is that the selected dates during that time is during the sports season, so Knoxville ended up being a better location for this. Knoxville was a smaller community, but a supportive and engaged one. I was impressed, if I must say. Because we run events all over the country, you always get different types of responses from so many different people, and most of the time, depending on where you go, you run into different personalities and, of course, different rules. And let me tell you, Knoxville definitely gave me hope that not all people just kidding. But in all seriousness, because of the response we got in Knoxville, we are looking to host another one in Knoxville, a Crucible course, probably before the end of this year. So we're excited about that. One thing to note is that different cities require different permits. So make sure to ask questions, make sure to understand what permits you need, what insurance you need, and what, I guess, additional missing documents are required to make sure that you have the space secure. So far, Miami and Los Angeles have been the most expensive places to secure a venue, but it checks. LA and Miami are both hubs for creating content and all these different things, so they know that they can charge people. So even if you're in an open park, you usually need a permit, especially in places like Los Angeles. One question that we always get is, are indoor events or outdoor events better? I think they both have their advantages and disadvantages. Outdoor events are obviously way cooler depending on the location, but you can't control the weather. This actually worked in our favor for the Crucible course since it's based on special warfare attributes. It set the tone of rain or shine and also brought the people that we were looking to take on the course anyways.
I proved myself and everyone that I thought I couldn't do it, so.
It is based on showing up for yourself no matter the circumstances. Rain or shine, you don't let excuses take hold of your decisions to show up for yourself and accomplish it for you. With outdoor venues, you usually just get the space, and if you're lucky, good bathrooms. We have a partnership with the City of Venice Beach Parks and Rec of Los Angeles for our flagship Painkiller Venice Beach event, and we were able to partner with them and collaborate on a really special one that we launched this year. Our very first women's only with ballet Strong Looks Different series. We had so many great ideas about how we wanted to do this event, but always remember, dream big, hone in, do what you can now, and build into that big picture of what it can be. This one was special, and the brands that were on board truly made me smile. I love being able to connect with brands that I personally use on a daily and have them support the event, and also being able to share them with the community. If you ever wonder what the secret to building partnerships is, value. People honestly forget that. Over deliver, grow and build with them. That's it. So going back to logistics, fix as you go and learn quickly. Crucible course was something that was developed for easy setup and teardown, and it was. But for the first time, we tried to carry everything ourselves. Well, as you can imagine, that didn't really work out as planned. We immediately learned and now work with a logistics company to haul the kit where we need to go. Once it arrives, you rent a specific truck that fits the whole kit, and we have load in figured out down to a T. The reason why we are so hands-on in the beginning is that when we're ready to hand off the event, we know exactly how to manage someone to set up, tear down, how long it takes, who does what, etc. I'd rather know every little detail in the beginning, so if something goes wrong, we can fix it and we know how to fix it. One thing I wanted to touch on is how to keep on a good eating schedule while traveling so much. Honestly, Airbnbs were lifesavers during this work sprint. We always had a kitchen to cook, and if for some reason we couldn't get an Airbnb, we found affordable places that would do the job. Cooking is always the best way, and I love to cook, and it makes me happy. I love playing around with different foods, using healthy alternatives, and making them taste good without having to just eat broccoli and chicken and rice. I cook for a balanced lifestyle. I also brought my blender with me to make shakes, etc. on the go. Another hack. Pro tip, this is something that we did not figure out until we were in Knoxville, but if you are traveling and you're looking to stay on track with your eating, you can always source a local meal prep company. Like I said, this is not something that we encountered until we were in Knoxville/Maryville. We found a place called Clean Eats. It was super helpful, especially because of how much we travel and the time frames we're working. So with that, we were able to stay on track. So if you are around certain areas or you're traveling, see if you can find any local meal prep companies, and that'll kind of help you if you cannot. And if not cannot, just don't have the time to go out and eat at certain places. Another topic I wanted to touch on is how to stay motivated, especially during travel trips and crazy work sprints like this. How do I stay motivated and keep on a training schedule during this time? Honestly, just move. If you can't find a gym, run. If you don't feel like running, go on a walk. Use your hotel gym. Work with what you have. Sometimes you just gotta work with what you got. I'm gonna ride the Peloton for maybe an hour and then maybe do some like pull-up strict work, and we'll figure it out from there. Just did a 20-minute core on the Peloton and then 20-minute bike. This thing is always humbling. Gym, it's tiny. You know what? We're getting the movement done. I'm gonna do some rows, squats, lunges, some sandbag side hangs, probably some devil's press and some other things. Just probably hit 15 of each, do 5 sets of each, and then see what happens. I have to move my body, so whatever I need to do to get moving, I usually find a way. Sometimes we didn't have a gym, but traveled with our kit, so we have access to our sandbags, and we probably use those sometimes. So work with what you have. Sometimes it's not exactly what you want, but you make it work. All right, we're gonna take on the brute force mile. We'll see, he's gonna time it. Yeah, this looks like it's going to suck. Just finished the brute force mile.
It was pretty brutal.
It wasn't like sweaty, like high intensity. It was just pure grunt work. Can you get through it and just get through the uncomfortability? So
It's a great workout for sure.
it took us, what, 50 minutes?
So,
All right, I'm going to be taking on 24.1
Killing it.
in Mammoth.
We're gonna be watching.
In Mammoth. What's the elevation here? 7,800 elevation. And let me show you the dumbbell I get to use. I get to use one of these babies. This should be fun. Not here, I got my babies.
Get that in altitude. Doing that. Fly ground. Yeah.
One final topic I wanted to touch on is jet lag. This has helped me. I don't know if it's gonna help any of you, but figure I'd share it anyways. Next topic, jet lag. Oof. I don't think there is a trick. I love my sleep. And mentally, when I know I don't get over 8 hours or exactly 8 hours, I feel exhausted. If I'm traveling from West Coast to East Coast, I purposely wake up at 4:30 or 5:30 a.m. knowing that when I get on East Coast time, I can sleep. If I'm traveling from East Coast to West Coast, I kind of do a little bit of the opposite. I try not to wake up super early knowing that I have to stay up an extra 3 hours if I end up, let's say, traveling from New York to LA. Although this work sprint and these trips can be extremely exhausting, I am grateful for the opportunity to do what we do and also love what we do. The amount of knowledge that I have gained in the past 6 years has been an experience on its own, but being able to meet and build and close partnerships with the brands and people that we've met along the way is something I'll never take for granted. Closing 6-figure contracts, throwing events around the country, it's just an incredible feeling knowing that all this hard work is slowly paying off. With that, Conrad and I are looking to build something really special for anyone looking to start on their entrepreneur journey, maybe in similar footsteps that we have been taking, and hopefully give some guidance and allows you to not make the same mistakes that we did. So with that, let's build together. So for now, I am back in Mexico City, taking this week to slowly settle back in before continuing this hard push and grind. There's so many exciting things I cannot wait to share, and I'll be better at documenting. In the meantime, like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things. See you next time.